All right. Stage 1. But yeah, this mode is interesting because it's like original mode, but with rank. There's the gem counter on the top left. You see it's going up. And it goes up by killing enemies, getting those gems, getting the ground gems. And also, it goes up automatically when you're on the bottom half of the screen. But it seems like for scoring, I think it's best to just like point blank. Probably get more gems that way. Yeah, so right now, we don't have the speed boost from the bullets that's coming at me. When I reach like 10,000, then you're gonna have the green glow underneath. I almost did it live, Monroe. Yeah. Yeah, if I would have dodged that one last shot, I would have gotten 2 lives. When I entered the boss. I mean, I kept my 3rd. Yeah, this boss ain't too bad. Yep, nothing to it. So when you enter another stage, they cut your gem counter by half, from what I'm noticing. It was easy frame at 3 frame Jad, because I played it so many times. But yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm just looking at my replay of Original Max. I tried a live clear earlier. I beat my high score, but I didn't clear. But it's all good. This shit's tough, man. This shit is tough. Yeah, stage 2. Now things are gonna get a little speedier after a while when we reach that 10,000 gem mark. Oh shit, here we go. Nah, I'm not the goat of anything, man. I'm the... yeah, I'll be the goat of having fun, but... I'll try to be that. Oh shit. So now we got the green glowing bullets. Faster speed. And if you use a bomb, I think it decreases that counter by like maybe, damn, I think like 2,000-3,000 gems or some shit. And if you die, I think they just take half. And yeah, we got an auto bomb too. So when you use an auto bomb, it takes away all the bombs that you have stocked. But yeah, they don't give you a lot of bombs because, you know, you start off max power. They're probably thinking, you should be good. Yeah, I got hit right there. I just like lost track of what was kind of going on. All right, stage 3. Hate this stage. Yeah, see those freaking moths? They just gunning for you right there. And they come out in like a formation and shit. So I have to kind of like full dodge and make like a little lane to get around it. It's tough. I had to practice it over and over and over again. Aloha, Jad. Oh shit. You live in Hawaii or something? Yeah, they're doing it with some other cave games too. Oh yeah, that's the more the merrier, I believe. Thank goodness. Oh, here we go with those moths. I can't stand these motherfuckers, man. Look, it's so tough. We got the slow down rocking with the fast bullets. Got some more small enemies. And that's the thing I noticed about this mode is compared to like regular original is the enemies, they shoot like more bullets at you. Like it's not like a high volume of like bullets. Like this mode doesn't have like crazy patterns or anything like that. They're just shooting more often. That's all that it is. Ooh. Oh no! I really is. I wish. I mean, more bullets you graze, more points. Nah, it's no grazing. Like we'll say bonus at all. You graze, you live, I guess. But it's all about like getting the gems from killing the enemies and stuff. And when you get up close, you get more gems. Oh shit, yep. Yeah, see, I had to take a death right there. Yeah, it's like graze counter, Ellie. I don't know if you ever tried that one. In that game, you get rewarded for like grazing bullets. Oh yeah, see these enemies on the right. You gotta be careful. Oh my god. So now I gotta bring it. Because I don't have no auto bomb to protect me now. Or else I'm gonna lose another life. Oh shit. What did I do here? Yeah, see the slowdown is helping me, but then it's shifting back to normal speed. Castle of Shikigami. Oh yeah, I tried those. I tried a few of those. Those are pretty good games. Yeah, I recommend those. Oh man, I got killed again. All right, so here we go. Trying to get the one up. Destroy the wings or the arms or the antennas, wherever the fuck they're supposed to be on the sides. Got that one done. Gotta go over here. Now we got to shoot the middle. There we go. I like to do that without using a bomb. Feels more rewarding, but sometimes if you got a bomb, you got to use that shit. This boss ain't too bad. There's only like one pattern that kind of fucks me up with this boss. I see right here. I had to just, you got to just find like a lane and just stick to it. Kind of like playing those top-down racing games and shit. Now this pattern I don't like. Yeah, I use a bomb right here because I'm like, fuck it. I don't want to risk it. And it did enough damage for that final pattern to just go away quickly. Yeah, thanks, Monroe. All right, stage 4. This one's kind of tricky at first. Shit gets hella aggressive. Oh my god. You see how I had to like cut to the left? Yeah, you gotta make like really like decisive decisions and shit in this stage. You can't like kind of be hung up on what to do. It's like you just gotta just do that shit. You see an opening, you gotta just go for it. Yeah, and these little beetles, yeah, you gotta just take care of them dudes. Yeah, don't let them like hang around for too long. Those little like shotgun shots, they'll fuck you up. And plus there's like the small enemies and shit. Yeah, you gotta take them out. You gotta take out this fucking tarantula, whatever the fuck this spider's supposed to be like. What's good, Rich? Take a look at my my replay of original max clear. I did this on Saturday off stream. So right now we're on stage 4, about to fight the mid boss. So it seems like the way those bullets shoot, like the direction, I think is like random. But it's not so bad. They give you enough space for you to just like move around in. Oh man, I don't like this pattern. Yeah, you really got to go for it on this one. Oh, I use a bomb or auto bomb. Yeah. Shit. More beetles. All right. Snakes are coming through. Yeah, if you shoot the tail, you get a bullet cancel and destroy the whole damn thing. And also I learned, I mentioned this, I think last week or so, is that when you don't shoot the middle part, the abdomen, just these regular like single shots come out. But when you do shoot it, like that long ass like spear shot comes out. Like watch, look. See the difference? So right here, I'm just trying to like, you know, see like what's a good time to shoot them and when not to. Oh yeah, see right there, I got clipped. Point blank, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, see, lost my bomb. Yeah, this part is just rough. Cause they get real close. Yeah, see right, I'm just picking and choosing when I want to shoot. Cause I don't want to like deal with like some of those like patterns and shit. Oh my god. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you let them all go. They just start shooting from behind and shit. Yeah, this boss isn't too bad for me. This pattern's kind of weird because they get all clumped together, but then when the slowdown kicks in, then that's when I can like kind of see more clearly. I don't like this pattern. Thank God it, you know, ended early. But yeah, that's kind of a weird pattern for me. This is one of those patterns you just gotta just like focus on and just take the spot that's open. Now that pattern used to kill me in just a regular original. This pattern ain't too bad. Just move the fuck out the way. Be careful on this pattern. The motherfuckers will shoot you right there. Might get clipped on the side. And we done. So now I'm entering stage 5 with 3 lives and a bomb. So I'm like, yes. I wish I had 4. All right, here we go, stage 5. And I got a auto bomb to back me up in case sloppiness ensues. Yeah, I pretty much like memorized the stage. Like I know like where the big enemies are going to be at, where the small ones may be. Sometimes I may have a, you know, a lapse in memory or judgment. But I know when these big motherfuckers come on the screen, like them Venus flytraps, and that, I don't know, is that supposed to be like a monarch or some shit? Yep, got to get rid of this big ass fucking forest toilet. I forgot what they're called. Yep, deal with those grasshoppers or whatever they're supposed to be. Yeah, I had to cut down, cut to the right. Oh shit, look at that. Yeah, you just got to make decisions. Clear decisions and just take it. Yeah, look at all this slowdown that's kicking in. Oh yeah, you gotta be careful. We got 2 of them. I think once I tried to destroy both of them at the same time. It was kind of tough, but it could be done with the formations from the options. All right, time to fight the mid-boss. Yeah, this guy's a little tricky. He's throwing out more bullets at you. Yeah, got hit right there. Can't stand this pattern. Got through it okay. That's another pattern you just gotta be decisive on. All right, that pattern ain't too bad. You just gotta just pay attention. All right, here we go. It's the final half of this level before we get to the boss. Oh yeah, these big ass spiders. I think they're supposed to be spiders. Yeah, you destroy them, you get a big ass screen clear, bullet cancel. And they don't have too much HP, thank goodness. Not like the forest toilets. Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for those small enemies too. Look, yeah, see? That's what happened. I wasn't looking out and I got hit by the big enemy and shit. So right now I'm at 2 lives. I'm like, fuck. I don't know if I can do this. But the upside is that I'm not at the max level for the bullet speeds. They're still at green. If I was at above like 50k for the gym counter on the top left, I think I would have been screwed. Oh, here comes the spider. Gotta take him out. There we go. More Venus flytraps. Here we go with this rush. I love this part. It's like a damn, like a movie, like Sarv said. Oh shit, I got hit. Yeah, you can get through with that without getting hit. You just gotta, you know, pick the right spot, the right opening, and just like take it. All right, final boss. All right, this pattern ain't too bad. They got some spaces that you can kind of like go to and then just like chill at while you're kind of dodging some of the more annoying stuff. And then sometimes you might have to go through some of the like bullet patterns and shit. Now, I hate this part. I don't like this. Yeah, see, I had to use a bomb right there. Yeah, there's a pattern to this, but it's hard for me to see because it's so much shit. But look how I'm kind of like going to the left, to the right. Now this part, I just gotta just like stick it out. There we go. I was surprised I got through this part when I was playing. I was like, what the fuck? This part, you just gotta just like full dodge shit. Now this part, yeah, you gotta kind of just like hang in there. After a while, you get to kind of see the pattern and shit. All right, now this part is just like, it's like, you ever play Frogger? It's kind of like that. Yeah, I fucked up right there. But I was like, hey, I got a bomb. You're almost dead. Yeah, see, yeah, you just gotta just make like the right decision at the right time. Oh, auto bomb. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You about to die anyway. As long as I don't fuck up, I'm good. There we go. Yeah, I was so relieved when I did this. Holy shit. I was like, dude, this been haunting me forever. Yeah, 65 million. I think I would have got a higher score if I would have gotten into the yellow glowing bullet stage after 50k, because they give you a shit ton of points if you get to that part. But it's real hard because the bullet's fast as fuck. What's up, newbie? Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thanks, Monroe. Thanks, Rich. Oh yeah, Arrow Lee, I got you. I got you. I got a link for you. Yeah, I'm done with this damn mode. I would say the upside is that when I tried the clear earlier, when I tried to do it, I got a better score, but I didn't clear. And I think we were talking about this like maybe a few months before, but there's a clear of this mode where someone like got to the top of the leaderboards, got a really high fucking score. Maybe it was a world record score, and like they died at the end. Oh, I forgot you can like fast forward and shit. Oh yeah, look at that. And you like slow it down. I don't think you can rewind. But yeah, that's it.